Life, death, and religion in medieval design. How is art connected? How was it used in early medieval life? And how does it draw inspiration from other art? These are all the questions that this exhibit hopes to answer. Now, let's take a look at our first object. The Book of Kells tells the 4 accounts of the life of Christ that can be found in the New Testament of the Bible. While there is no exact dating for the book, experts estimate that it was most likely created in the late 8th century, in a monastery in Iona, and later completed at the monastery at Kells, Ireland, which is where it gets its name. This particular page is of Christ enthroned, and is a different type of depiction of Christ as seen in other religious art. Here, he is portrayed on a throne instead of in a more humble setting. There are a great many details in this illumination, and to point out a few would include the cross above his head, the 2 peacocks at his sides, which can be found as a symbol of resurrection, as well as the ones patterned in the borders, which are representative of the animalistic patterns found during this period, and also of the 4 angels on either side of him, thought to be archangels. Next up is a page from the Lindisfarne Gospels, a collection of writing and illuminations made on Lindisfarne Island, Northumberland, England, around the year 700. They were made to hold the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Written in Latin, there was also an English translation added later on. As one of the 5 carpet pages found in the book, this particular page caught my eye for its complex design. It definitely resembles a carpet, as its intertwining lines flow symmetrically throughout. There's a cross in the center, as well as throughout the page. The use of repetitive twists and knots is also evident. Animalistic forms such as snakes can be found in these knots, swirling around. This illuminated page is from the Uda Codex, and it is called Saint Erhard Celebrating the Mass. The Uda Codex contains what will be read during Mass. It was commissioned around 1025 by the Abbess Uda at the Niedermünster Abbey in Regensburg, Bavaria, Germany, which would go on to become one of the most important women's religious sites in Germany. Here on this page, as well as others in the Uda Codex, are the use of geometric shapes, ornamental details, figures, and labels. As you probably guessed, the figure in the center would be a depiction of Saint Erhard, who was the convent's patron saint. What caught my eye the most were the use of geometric patterns found throughout the page, such as the stars and the foliage patterning in the borders. The following is a high-relief wood panel carving found on the north side of the Stave Church at Urns, Norway, constructed around the 10th and 11th century. It is 60 centimeters wide and 290 centimeters tall. Here is where animalistic forms are used prominently. The style is reminiscent of the Viking traditions, showing how they would begin to assimilate into Christianity. They feature animals interlacing with each other in elongated forms. They are accompanied by plants following along their bodies, also intertwined throughout the piece. The snake-like creature being eaten by the 4-legged animal is seen as an interpretation of the devil and Christ. What better way to show off wealth than with an object used to store said money? That might have been the thought process held by the owner of the Sudden Hoo purselet, found at the Sudden Hoo ship burial. While the leather pouch has since decayed, the cover, seen here, features a great attention to detail. It would have been made of gold, garnet, and ornamental glass. The main body of the lid is said to have been made of whalebone. In those times, that would have been a very costly and scarce material. Each segment of the purselet is adorned with precious materials and features a beautiful ensemble of patterns. The shape of the lid is flat at the top and includes curved edges towards the bottom. The border along the piece holds garnets separated by differently colored glass. There are 7 main clusters of rich patterns that feature interlaced animals and human portrayals. The upper center features elongated animal forms that join up and are inlaid with stamped gold. On the sides are 2 hexagonal gold mounts filled with geometric designs. On the lower section, there are 2 facing designs of birds attacking ducks. On the sides of these are 2 similar mounts featuring a man surrounded by 2 animals said to be wolves. Art historians believe the purselet to be a single commission and created by a singular craftsman. One of the rarest archaeological art finds has been the Sudden Hoo helmet. As one of only 4 surviving Anglo-Saxon helmets, its design is a testament to beautiful early medieval art. When found, it was in pieces and had to be reconstructed by art historians. The helmet is made of iron, with the addition of tinned copper alloy panels. Art historians have pointed out the similarities to late Roman cavalry helmets. Segments of the helmet include a facial mask, neck guard, iron cap, and covers for the wearer's cheeks. It is also divided into several panels, each filled with intricate depictions of battle scenes and animalistic designs that were stamped on. These scenes featured warriors fighting, as well as a scene where the warrior is fallen. The animalistic designs are intricate and are reminiscent of similar designs found in the other objects from the Sudan Who ship burial. In the scenes, the soldiers are wearing horned helmets and fight with spears and swords. On the face of the soldier, there can be found a dragon, comprising of a few different facial features. The dragon spans from the eyebrows to the upper lip. The nose makes up the main body of the dragon and is connected by the eyebrows that form the wings, as well as the mustache that can be seen as the tail of the dragon. The head of the dragon can be found between the wings, above the bridge of the nose, and is met by another animal design, likely a bird, that forms the crest of the helmet, which runs from the front to the back of the piece. Art is usually made with the purpose in mind, be it power, status, religion, propaganda, or for whatever comes after that. These pieces of art can shine a light on what people thought to be the most important.